everyone, it's Julia. I am working on an upcycled pair of jeans. These are thrifted and they are a man's jean. I think the size was 34 by 34. So it has like a boyfriend cut to it, baggier, just really a nice, comfortable size. And I found this shirt. It is a knit and it has all these designs, stars and moons and hearts. And I put paperback adhesive on the back side of it. I'm going to cut a couple of the stars out. And then I just have a collection of different things, stars that I found in my stash, stencils, and just some different size designs. I'm cutting this out now, just leaving a little bit of that black edge on there. And then I just went ahead and I'm tracing some of those stars on some of these denim pieces. I use a variety of different colored denim, and I use mostly denim patches on this pair of jeans. Just using a ballpoint pen here in pink. And now I have some freezer paper out, and I'm going to be placing those larger star designs, things that I have drawn out and I've had in my collection for a while. And I am just tracing that onto this freezer paper. I do have that waxy side down, and I'm tracing on the papery side. And then I'm going to rough cut this out. And then I'll be ironing this to the top of my denim. Sometimes when I'm doing these larger designs, I don't use the paperback adhesive. I just like to cut my design out using this freezer paper. It's, you know, that paperback adhesive is really getting pricey, and so I'm just trying to cut costs where I can. And this, I can use this freezer paper more than once. In fact, I do it here. I will carefully peel this away when I get this cut, and then I can cut this, and then I'll be able to use it again. And then to attach it to my jeans, this time around, I just used a glue stick, I believe. You can also pin. Sometimes pins get in the way when I'm sewing, so I do like using the glue stick. Yep, now I have a darker denim that I'm going to be cutting that same star out of. And I'll be able to use this freezer paper a couple more times, and then after a while, the waxy side just doesn't press, it doesn't hold anymore. So much easier though to cut the shape out when you have a design ironed on like that. I'm going to do the same to this larger star. I have this traced out of this freezer paper. I'm just going to rough cut this. Now the scissor that I'm using is not my sharp scissor. I kind of have a scissor rotation in my sewing room where as soon as one gets dull, I'll mark it and then use that for this type of a thing. And then buy a new one. I probably buy a new scissor probably every four months or so. And then I'm just going to cut. I did not need to fussy cut this. I'm not certain why I was doing this, but I'm just going to iron these on. And I'm going to use 5 different shades of denim for this. I thought that would be cool if each one of those points was a different color. So doing the same thing, I'm just ironing it on to the top or the right side of my denim. And then we'll be fussy cutting these out. Wanted to cut a little bit off these jeans. The 34-inch inseam was just a little bit too long, I felt. And then I'm also going to roll them up a little bit too. You'll see that. Taking off one of the pockets. I like doing this, and then I use that pocket on the front side and then decorate this little patch. Has a real dark look there. I think it was kind of cool. Now these jeans did have quite a bit of wear on the front, and sometimes I'll distress it even more and put a patch from behind, but this time I thought I'm just going to put some of these patches on the top of that. I did save both the negative space and the star itself when I cut these out. So I've got several of those cut stars. And then I have this multicolored star, this really big one that's going to go right over the top of this very worn spot here. Just removing that freezer paper. And like I did number these just to make sure I had them in the right order, but I think they're pretty much the same size. I probably didn't have to do that. But just lining them up, they do extend over the side seams just a little bit, and I do just snip that. I thought I was maybe going to just turn it to the other side, but instead I do cut those points off, and it actually turned out it looked kind of cool that way. Just adding my glue stick now. And there I go, snipping off those points. And then here I'm just going to lay these other ones out, overlapping a little bit, and just kind of just taking a look and see what I like. Some of them I'm flipping over so the wrong side of the denim is up. And then this pocket I'm going to place over that other very worn spot. And one of the stars from that shirt is going to go right on the bottom of this pocket. This did have the paperback adhesive on the back, so I am just pressing that. And then I'm going to press all the other stars as well, the ones that have the glue stick on the back, and that just makes the glue stick dry a little bit faster. And yeah, then I can take it to my sewing machine, and I don't have problems with the needle gumming up. Pinning that pocket into place. And then I'm just going to turn this up. Had another little piece of denim there, and I thought on one of the cuffs I'm just going to place that. I put my little ironing mat underneath, and here's where I'm just going to give them a good press just to get that glue to dry a little bit faster. And it's off to my sewing machine, and I have my open arm on mine, and I just put that pants leg over the open arm, and I have just my regular foot on, and I'm just straight stitching the top of this. It's going to fray a little bit, but I really like that look. It's just kind of fun. And here I go with the other one, just going to straight stitch this cuff into place. I switched to my free motion foot now, and my feed dogs are down, and I'm going to just stitch around the edge of each of these little patches. You can see me, I can go forwards and backwards, and it's just really easy if you can free motion stitch. I don't have to open up the side seam at all on these pants. With the free motion foot and the open arm, I can just easily get these sewn on. I'm using like a camel colored thread. It's about the same color as the other stitching on these jeans. Doing the same with this other little applique star, just outlining it. And I do go over it more than once. My outline, I'm not perfect when I do this, so when I'm going over it more than once, it just kind of gives it just like a doodled look to it. More of an artsy flair. And I'm going to do the same with this pocket. I'm just going to outline it with my free motion. And this is what the front looks like now. I'm going to flip it over and just add a couple things to the back. I thought that pocket area would be a great spot to add that other star that I cut out of that blouse. I'm kind of just taking a look to see what I liked, but I really just like that star, so I'm just going to remove that paperback adhesive and iron that into place. And then these other patches, I'm going to just put one on one leg and then one down a little bit further on the other leg. I'm just adding my glue stick. And I just got all of this. I didn't show it this time, but I just got all that stitched on. And now I want to do a little bit of stenciling. I'm using an archival ink. This is the color Cornflower Blue. And just some of these small little stencils, I thought it would be fun just to add just a little bit of the star look with this blue ink. Going to stick a little bit on this bottom cuff where I just stuck that piece of denim. I'm using a makeup brush for this. I find that works really well when I'm doing pushing that color through the stencil. I will link these products down below for you in case anybody's interested. The archival inks are waterproof, color fast, waterproof. So once they're dry, they go through the wash. And this other stencil, I'm just going to put right on the one upper pocket, just to add a little bit of detail up there. And one more little spot I'll add to this pocket in the back. I have some pictures at the end, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a really easy, fun upcycle. I hope you have a chance to create. Bye for now.